What's up, y'all? It's your girl Z, and I'm back again with another video. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you to everybody who liked my last video, who commented on my last video, who subscribed to my channel. Thank you so freaking much. I was so happy about that. Right now I'm at 143 subscribers, 2.3 K views on my last video, 43 likes. 43 comments, 150 likes. Y'all, I'm so happy about that. I'm so excited about that. Thank you. Thank y'all so freaking much. And yeah, y'all go ahead and stay down with me because we gonna come up together. But yeah, y'all, so I just want to go ahead and get that out of the way and thank y'all so freaking much. And yeah, let's go ahead and address it. So I did miss my last 2-3 weeks, and it was because I was on vacation, y'all. Like, oh my God, find time to start a YouTube right before vacation. But y'all, I had to get everything together before my vacation. You know, that's nearly important just as important as the vacation. You know, I had to get my hair done, I had to get my nails done, I had to get my toes done. Yeah, I still had work too. So I had to get all that together. And then we was going out the country. We was going a little bit longer than we usually leave. So I just had to make sure everything was good. So yeah, but I am back. And when I got back, I was sick. But here I go, sick and all. Well, getting over sickness and all, y'all. I'm back. You know, let's stop all this. Let me stop chit chat because I can talk. And like I said last time, if you grown like me, get your grown folks juice and let's go. Make sure you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and comment down below. If you don't comment now, comment throughout the story time, comment after the story time. It don't matter, long as you comment. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and on the bell notification so you never miss me. I'm here this Tuesday. I wasn't here last Tuesday. That ain't important. But I'm here this Tuesday. This is a story time about how our designated driver got drunk and wrecked us. Oh my God, y'all. And if I'm laughing throughout the video, it's literally a trauma response. Anyway, this story time took place about 2 years ago. So I was 20 at the time. I was working at this warehouse. And when I was working at this warehouse, when I first started working there, I was in this training class, but I did not start with my training class because I had to get something fixed on my license or whatever. So when I did start working, I was working in like packaging department. So when I was working there, I met this guy, and we're going to give him the name Jonas. Became friends. We started, like, you know, taking our little lunch or whatever together. And, yeah, like, the friendship just developed. And Jonas started saying, like, oh, you know, when we going to hang out outside of work and all that. I'm like, I don't know. But anyway, so I had told my husband about Jonas because we was like kind of still new here. We had been here a year at that time. We were still new here, trying to make friends, trying to get out more and just do other stuff. And I feel like it's one thing when you get here, y'all can Google, y'all can look on the internet or whatever. But when you know the people that's here, you know, you get to see different things and do different things, new things and things that may not be on the internet. So yeah, so I told my husband about Jonas, but it's crazy because my husband had actually already knew Jonas. He didn't know him like that, but he already talked to him. So it's like, yeah, I know him. Like, he seemed cool or whatever. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So me and Jonas, we keep chopping it up at work. And y'all, it's crazy because Jonas used to drink on the job. And he always used to try to get me like, oh yeah, let's go drink or let's go on the job. And I'm like, that's not me. First of all, I don't even, you know, I don't do that already. So it's just like, come on now, Jonas, come on. But yeah, and I ain't gonna say it wasn't no serious job because, you know, hey, people say what they want is serious, but it wasn't no serious job to me because I knew I was just there for a little while. Literally, I was there until I started my other job. So, yeah. So one day, me and my husband was walking to the store, and literally the store is like 5 minutes away from us. So Jonas pulls up, and he like, oh, I didn't know y'all live in, let's say we live in Blossom Town. So he was like, oh, I didn't know y'all live in Blossom Town. Now, mind you, where we live, we kind of lived like, well, not kind of, we lived off the highway. And literally, if you came down our street, you had to live over there. And it's kind of like in a Coverstate. Is it called Coverstate? I think. So basically, you got Blossom Town. You got Blossom Town apartments and you got Blossom Town homes. So if you didn't live in Blossom Town, then, you know, if you didn't live in the little estates, then you really wouldn't be over here. And it's not like a turnaround place. Like literally, if you get off the highway here, you live here. That's the only way to go. Or is it called a freeway? Either way, you live there, and it's like a long street before you get to our apartments, and before you get to those apartments, and before you get to those homes over there. So it's like, unless you lived in the community, you really wouldn't be over there. So him seeing us walking, he was like, oh, you know, y'all, I didn't know y'all live over here. Like, I live in those apartments. And we was like, oh, okay, cool. And he was like, oh, y'all work to the store? Like, I'll give y'all a lift to the store. So we like, okay. Y'all, literally, even though the store literally was right there. So we get in the truck with Jonas or whatever, and Jonas like, oh, I gotta run this to my cousin real quick, and then we gon', you know, I take y'all to the store. So we like, okay. So, you know, we in the truck, we chilling, we talking to Jonas or whatever. He goes his cousin, drop it off his cousin or whatever, and we just making like little small talk. And Jonas is like, oh yeah, we need to go out, we need to chill, we need to hang, like y'all cool, And we like, yeah, for sure, definitely. But Jonas didn't even take us to the store. He dropped us off at home. Okay. Okay. So, fast forward or whatever, me and Jonas, you know, we still chopping it up at work or whatever. And so then, y'all, one random Friday, Jonas comes and knocks on our door. Mind you, he knew where we live because he had dropped us off at home today. Y'all, he literally just comes, knocks on our door with alcohol and beer, which we don't drink beer. But I say we don't drink beer. But if somebody like comes and have beer, it's like, okay, we'll have one. But he had alcohol too. He had beer. And he like, what y'all doing? Like, get up, y'all. Let's hang out. Let's chill. Like, you know, so we just like, okay. Like, y'all, we kind of like go with the flow people. And if we down, then it's just like, okay. So we invite Jonas in, you know, forced, but we invite him in. So we invite Jonas in, and Jonas started telling us like, oh yeah, like I got a fiance, she lives in a different state, she's in school. Mind you, Jonas was 24 and I was 20 at the time. My husband was 21. And yeah, Jonas was 24, and he was like, I got a fiance, she lives in another state, she's in school, and I live here, but I be back and forth, like traveling, which he did. He's like, I be going over there, I be going over here, but yeah, I live with my uncle here, like, well, or him and his uncle live together here. And he be traveling like back and forth. So we like, yeah, oh, cool. Like, cool, you know, you got a fiance. So then Jonas goes to tell us like, yeah, and I'm in this music band. I make music and I'm really popular and all that. So we like, for real. So y'all, Jonas pulls up his music and stuff. And like from the YouTube views and stuff, like it's literally like almost like 1 million views and shit, and a whole bunch of likes coming. So we're like, oh, okay. Now mind you, he was in a band, like an actual, not like the Migos band, but like like one of those bands. So it's like, even if you would know the band, you may not know him. That's what he was telling us. But like, we really didn't at the time. Like, now I'm more open to different music and stuff. But at the time, I think I was more of like R&B type of girl, little rap or whatever. But now I listen to a really big variety of music. So now I feel like I would be able to find him. But back then, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So yeah, so we just chilling or whatever, and the night goes on, and so Jonas was like, yeah, we need to go out together, like we need to go to a party and all this stuff. Like, actually, me and my homeboys, we going out tomorrow, y'all should come. So we like, okay, yeah, all right. So that night go on or whatever, you know, we have a good night. We just chilling, we drinking. I probably went in there, cooked a little rotel, you know, whipped up some rotel Ranger. And so yeah, so the next day, y'all, Jonas comes and knocks on our door again. Now mind you, we know we had told him we was going out with him the next day, but this was literally a lazy day for me and my husband. I think we was just literally laying around all day. We wasn't doing nothing. And we really had forgot. We must have forgot that we told him that we was going out with him, because when he knocked on our door around 7 o'clock, we were surprised. And then too, it was early as hell. So Jonas, he comes in, he was like, oh yeah, I thought y'all said we was partying tonight, like my homeboy said we gonna meet there. And we like, hold on now, first of all, it's too early. And he like, yeah, but you know, I thought we was gonna pregame, And so we was like, yeah, we ain't took a shower yet, we ain't got dressed yet, you know, like we we can't start pregame till we at least halfway dressed or halfway ready. Know we wearing or something, because hell, we might get little too lit and can't even finish getting dressed. So basically, that's what we tell him. So when we seen Jonas, he was in like work clothes, like, mind you, Jonas had 2 jobs. Jonas was a hard worker, y'all. Jonas had 2 jobs. So he wasn't in, because at my job, we can wear whatever you want to, but he was in like a uniform job. Like, the uniforms that, like the blue collar uniforms, I guess, like the blue pants and the blue shirts. I enter a picture in. So he was in something like that. Get dressed too, obviously. And he was like, oh yeah, I gotta get dressed. So we like, we ain't thinking none of it. So we like, come back later. So Jonas leaves or whatever. Me and my husband, we get in the shower and all this stuff. We kind of chill too, because it was still early. And then eventually we started getting dressed. So around about 10 o'clock, we was ready and we dressed. So I had text Jonas, and I'm like, if you want to come over now, you can go ahead, come over. We can start pregame or whatever. So Jonas comes over, y'all. And he's in the same clothes. Now, mind you, he did smell differently. I'm not gonna lie. Like, when he came in, I smelled like cologne or something. I ain't smelled nothing funky. So I don't know. I ain't smelled nothing funky the first or the second time. So I don't know if he just went and put on cologne, or he took a shower and put on cologne. I don't know what he did, but I know when he came back, I did smell that he had on cologne and stuff. But like, we was like, you not gonna change? And he was like, oh yeah. He was like, oh yeah, I am, but I'm good right now. And so we just like, okay. So then we asked Jonas, he was like, oh yeah, Jonas, do you want to, then Jonas was like, oh, he was like, he didn't want to pregame. He wanted to go ahead and get to the club or whatever. So we like, okay, yeah, no problem. I guess we got to pregame. We don't pregame every time we go out. So we asked Jonas, we was like, yeah, so do you want to get in the cab with us? Because we plan on calling the cab or whatever to the club. You want to get in the cab with us? And Jonas was like, no, I'll drive. I'm good. And I'm like, you sure you're going to be good to drive? He drinking a lot. That's why we going to call the cab. And he was like, no, I'm probably not even going to drink tonight. He was like, I ain't drunk nothing all day. I probably have a beer at the club, but I'm really not going to drink tonight, because I got to get up super early in the morning because I have to go to work. Now, mind you, my job didn't work on Sundays. The next morning would have been Sunday. My job didn't work on Sunday. So I guess he was talking about his other job. So he was like, yeah, he got to get up super early to go to Sunday. Now, mind you, when Jonas said that he wasn't going to drink, I really didn't think much of it, simply because it was like he was like a fun person. So he really didn't need to drink to have fun. So, all right, fine. You're not going to drink. Get ready to go to the club. So y'all, we get to the club. Jonas there. We there. Jonas and his homeboys. So we know this is Jonas' homeboys. So then Jonas comes to us and he brings us this big ass like bucket filled with beer. And he like, oh, somebody bought it for me at the bar, but y'all can have it because I'm not drinking. So we like, okay, thanks. Since Florida, y'all, we having fun, whatever. We just having a good time. Y'all, out of nowhere, Jonas comes on the dance floor and like literally is on the dance floor. Boom. Doing all this on the dance floor, like y'all literally laying down. Y'all know, like back in the day when the boys used to jump down on the floor, like literally used to jump down on the floor and start bumping and grinding, hunching the floor. Jonas is doing all that. So like, I'm like, what the fuck? And y'all, I didn't think in my head that he was drunk then, because like I said, he just, he's a fun person. But y'all, a grown ass man to be on the floor hunching the floor, basically. I'm like, what the hell? And y'all, so even his homeboys and my husband looking like, what the fuck? So mind you, he not coming off drunk to us. We just thinking like, we don't know what's going on. Now the whole time, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I peep Jonas keep walking away from us. And I seen Jonas in a corner with a guy. And I didn't say anything because it's not my business. And then 2, I'm not outing nobody, even though we're in public. But Jonas never told us that he was interested in guys. And he even told us he had a fiance who was a woman back in another state. So not thinking none of it. And then two, I'm not like, I don't like to assume stuff, and I don't like, especially something like that. Like, you know, I know people don't play by no like gay rumors and accusations and accusing and all that. So y'all, I seen it, but I took it with a grain of salt. But it's just the way they were in the corner. And I don't accuse nobody of being gay. I don't play like that. I don't do that. I know people don't play like that. So I wouldn't really accuse it or think it unless it really was given, you know, gay. So yeah. So before we leave the club or whatever, oh my God, y'all left out the important part. Remember how I told y'all Jonas was still in work uniform? So mind you, we had to park in a parking garage and then like kind of walk down the little strip to the club. So as we was getting out, we was waiting on Jonas because he was lagging behind, and Jonas was like, no, y'all good, go ahead, I'm finna take this call. So y'all, we go ahead, me and my husband go ahead, we not paying no attention to Jonas. Y'all, why the hell when we get back to the club, we look behind, Jonas then put on a whole new fit. So mind you, Jonas got dressed in the car. So we like, what the hell? So when he was telling us to go ahead, he was getting dressed. That was weird, but it is gonna make sense in the end. So anyway, back to the club. Jonas keeps coming by us and by his friends and like party with us for a little bit, then dipping off. Now mind you, my boyfriend, my husband, and Jonas' homeboy is not really thinking nothing of it because we in the club. But you know me, nosy Rosie and all this, I am. So I'm paying attention and I'm looking, and I keep seeing Jonas duck off with this guy. So I'm like, okay. But y'all, like I said, I let it go. So end of the night comes or whatever. We ask Jonas, we like, Jonas, you know, you good to drink? Yeah, I'm good. Like, I haven't even drunk nothing. Like, I said I was gonna drink a beer, but I didn't even drink a beer. Remember, I gave y'all the fucking box, the damn things of beer anyway. So I'm like, yeah, but y'all, which we did not drink that beer. I think me and my husband tried to drink one beer. We couldn't even finish it. Now mind y'all, by the end of the night, I was a little tipsy, but it was like I was tipsy, but two, I was like so sleepy. I don't know why, but I was so sleepy. So y'all, I asked Jonas just again before we go, like, oh, you good? You know, that's just what I do. That's the type of person I am, because we can always leave your car here. Like, this is a 24-hour fucking parking garage. You can always leave your car, take a cab, take a Uber, take a Lyft. He good. Okay, you good. So we gets in the car. Jonas is driving. My husband is in the front. I'm in the back seat. Y'all. So I'm kind of like, you know, out of it a little bit. Nowhere, y'all. I hear boom. Y'all, I done fell up, then bust my damn head on the back of the seat. I had my seatbelt on. I still bust my head on the back of the seat. And Jones' car, I had took off my shoes. And y'all know, like, the seat thing, like the thing you use to move your seat up and down, and it be that rail on the bottom that slides your seat. Y'all, I done cut my feet on there, then bust my head on this thing. Y'all, Jonas then fucking crashed his fucking truck into the side of a fucking brick wall. So y'all, literally, as soon as he crashes, he jerks and he's trying to go straight. Y'all, he literally was about to crash into a fucking pole, and I started screaming. Put the fucking car, stop the fucking car. And y'all, I done reached up there and literally then forced his car into fucking park. And at this point, I didn't give a damn about like, oh, I could have messed up his car or anything like that. No. You could have made us lose our life. So I jumps out of the fucking car or whatever, and I snatch open Jonas' door, and like, cause y'all literally, like, my adrenaline pumping, I'm moving so fast. I snatch open his door, and I'm like, get the fuck out, get the fuck out of the car, like, get the fuck out. Cause mind y'all, he was saying like, I'm good, I'm sorry, I'm good. Like, he's not thinking about looking at the severity of it. So I'm not gonna tell y'all what my husband did in all of this, but I don't think he was just sitting over there, didn't do nothing. I ain't gonna tell y'all like his point of view or what he did, because that's his business and he's not here to defend himself. And yeah, and it was a crazy situation. We were drinking and stuff, so you can imagine. Like, you can kind of imagine what a man would do in this, but I'm not going to tell what he did in this. But just into a screaming fucking match with Jonas at this point. And I'm like, you said you didn't drink and all of this stuff. We could have called a cab, da-da-da-da. So Jonas is like, okay, calm down. I'm okay. Let's just go home. Let's just drive home. And I'm like, literally, no. Like, no. So at this point, me and my husband, we call a cab and we leave. Because we, you know, we done with this situation. We call a cab or Uber, Lyft, whatever. And we done. Like, we done with the situation. We done. So, y'all, the next morning, I get a knock on the door. And it's Jonas. So, now, mind y'all, I was mad. And what I did may have not been right. But I was mad. And I wasn't going to do nothing. But I was mad at it. And then plus, so he came to us and he was like, oh, I'm sorry. So when he came to us, my husband was still asleep. I had stepped outside and I was talking to Jonas or whatever when he came and knocked on the door. So he was like, oh, I'm sorry, like, for what happened or whatever. And I was like, yeah, you should be sorry and all that. And mind y'all, he really was trying to downplay the situation to me. Because I was telling him, like, you know, I was like, look, you hurt my foot and you did this. I was like, I should call the police. Like, y'all, I was doing too much. But I wasn't, y'all. It was just like, since he was downplaying the situation, I was trying to bump up the severity. Like, you know, I'm just like, why would you downplay a situation like that? So he just really downplaying it. And mind y'all, I was stepping outside him because I really didn't want my husband to come out there or whatever. You wasn't drinking. Like, why would you tell us that you're not going to drink when obviously you was going to drink? And so Jonas was like, oh, like, I didn't drink. It probably was just me being tired and all this. And I'm like, Jonas, you're lying. Like, you obviously was like under some influence. And he was like, yeah, I was under some influence, but it wasn't alcohol. At this point, I didn't even need to know what it was. So, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I was being a little spiteful. I was being a little petty. I was like, yeah, probably something that man you was with in the corner gave you. Like, y'all, okay, I was being a little petty, being a little spiteful because he was really trying to downplay the situation. So Jonas goes, what man? What you talking about? So, like, he getting a little, you know, he getting a little up there. He getting a little heated. So I'm like, oh, that man in the club that you was in the corner with, that you kept dipping off with. And he was like, did anybody see that? Don't say nothing. Like, what you mean? What you mean? So he's doing all that. And I'm like, no, nobody's seen it, but I seen it. And he's like, oh my God, like, please don't say anything. And all of this. And I'm like, oh, okay. Now, mind y'all, I never was going to say anything. I never was going to do anything. Never was going to take it further. But it's just like, we literally got in a car wreck. You literally could have really hurt us. And you keep downplaying the situation. So, yes, I was wrong. I would never do anything like that to anybody. Then I was younger, too. And it's not my character. Even then, I wouldn't have, like, really done anything. So, yeah. And then I tell Jonas, I'm like, yeah, and I got a video of it. Like, at this point, Jonas is like begging me to like show him the video and delete the video and all of this and, you know, just doing the most. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to. I was like, and I'm going to show your fiance. Like, I'm going to find out who she is and I'm going to show her. I'm going to tell her on you. And yeah, I was like, because you're cheating or whatever. Y'all, and I did it. So then, like, some time go by, me and Jonas, we get back to work, we hash it out, and I tell Jonas, like, hey, I never had a video or whatever. Like, he apologized and he, I guess, understood the severity. Let me tell y'all, so come to find out, remember how I told y'all Jonas said that he lived with his uncle here? He's a lie. He didn't live with his uncle here. He lived with his boyfriend here. And that night at the club, when he had those work clothes on, and then he told us to go ahead and then he changed, it was because, now mind you, I don't know why it was, but I feel like he lied to his boyfriend, like he had to work. Because mind you, me and Jonas, we worked like an overnight shift. I feel like he had lied to his boyfriend and said, oh, he had to work overnight. And that's why he had did that situation where he still had them work clothes on and all of that. And yeah, he had a fiance and all that. So y'all, I don't know why Jonas did that and why he was like that. And yeah, and mind you, we never took it further, took it to the police and reported him anything about the wreck. Like, I don't think we could have anyway. I don't think you can't do stuff like that. But yeah, y'all, that's the end of my story time about the time that our designated driver got drunk and wrecked us. And I found out that he was like cheating and, you know, gay. Which that's not really important. Like, I don't care. But it was just crazy because I really wouldn't think that about him. And there's a lot of people that you wouldn't think that about because he kind of used to be like homophobic. Like, he really did used to be homophobic at times. And it was just like, you're homophobic and the whole time you are gay. And it's crazy. And then it's like, why wouldn't you say that guy was your roommate? Why would you say it was your uncle? That was weird. But yeah, y'all, this is the end of my story time. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure you leave me a comment down below. Subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. Turn on the bell notification so you never miss me. And yeah, see you guys later.